Why are we stressing? Yeah, he might owe 50 million.
Just with those two fights, Canelo and the Pacquiao fight, 400 million, just with those two fights.
Imagine getting a letter from the IRS saying you owe millions in taxes. That is how Floyd Mayweather got knocked out by the IRS.
Renowned for his frank analysis, Stephen A. Smith has attacked Floyd Mayweather for his financial troubles. Smith asked why Mayweather, who has claimed to make millions of dollars every fight, hasn't paid off his debts, especially those owed to the IRS. He made it clear that a person of Mayweather's wealth shouldn't be involved in these kinds of matters, implying that these disputes damage his reputation. Smith's comments draw attention to the discrepancy between the financial problems and Mayweather's public image of prosperity.
Comes up to about $140 million that you're throwing around. I don't understand this, but here's all I gotta say. For those of you that are looking at him and you're saying to yourself, excuse me, according to the reports, he makes about $1.5 million per show or whatever. Why are we stressing? Yeah, he might owe 50 million.
Smith wrote in his comments that he was shocked by Mayweather's financial choices and that it was confusing that someone who had made so much money would be embroiled in such disputes. In addition to being financially dubious, he suggested that Mayweather's activities were harming his standing in the sports community. Smith's criticism emphasizes how crucial financial responsibility is, particularly for well-known athletes. He contends that Mayweather's current predicament should serve as a warning about the dangers of mishandling money and the effects it can have on a person's legacy.
Kind of sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street, anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
Famously referred to as money, Floyd Mayweather has continuously boasted about his enormous wealth, claiming to have made $400 million from just 2 fights against Canelo Alvarez and Manny Pacquiao. Over $400 million was made from the 2015 fight with Pacquiao alone, and Mayweather is said to have kept a sizable amount of that money. When the IRS placed a lien on Mayweather for $22.2 million in unpaid taxes from 2015, he came under financial scrutiny despite his incredible profits. Given his outward image of luxury and financial success, this circumstance sparked concerns about his financial management. Mayweather claimed to have already paid $26 million in taxes for that year in response to the IRS's assertions. He dismissed worries about his financial duties and questioned the IRS's demands, emphasizing that his financial empire was still firmly in place. The disparity between Mayweather's tax problems and his public displays of riches emphasizes how difficult it is to manage large incomes and how crucial financial vigilance is, even for the highest-paid athletes in the world.
He's fighting again, and they say that he's fighting for money. How could that be?
Your team. It's all about who you surround yourself with. I don't know who's his promoter. I gave him the option before. Well, me and Manny spoke before about fighting the first time. I think I offered him, 40 million. I don't know if it was, but I told him I would wire him 20 million within 48 hours. And then at that particular time, he said he wanted 50-50, and he got off the phone. And at that time, I think I was going to make for that fight probably 75 million at that time, somewhere upwards of 75 million. But it's all about timing. I took my time, I waited, we communicated.
Mayweather Jr. frequently considers how he rose from impoverished origins to become one of the greatest sportsmen in history. He shared a one-bedroom apartment with several family members while growing up in New Jersey, where he frequently had to deal with issues like no electricity. His father, Floyd Sr., spent a large portion of his youth behind bars, while his mother battled drug addiction. Despite these difficulties, boxing gave Mayweather a sense of purpose and comfort. "I basically reared myself," he remembers, highlighting the independence he cultivated at a young age. As a former boxer, his father taught him the value of self-control and concentration. He frequently counseled him to avoid excessive media contact and to let his performance speak for itself. This quote from Mayweather perfectly captures his attitude: "It's never good enough." This demonstrates his unwavering determination and disregard for other people's viewpoints. He has continuously shown that he takes criticism well, concentrating instead on his objectives and successes. His narrative, which shows how he overcome hardship to achieve the highest level of his sport, is a monument to tenacity and resolve.
Before I can take care of anyone outside the home, I must take care of home first. So what I believe in every day is I strengthen my children and my family by giving them wisdom about life. In the boxing world, my dad taught me also, the less you get hit, the longer you can last in the sport of boxing. That's in anything in life. For a person that's working a 9 to 5, an everyday job, you want to take as less punishment as possible on the job so you can last a very long time and feed your family. And then my dad also taught me this: it's never good enough. No matter what, it's never good enough.
Floyd Mayweather's continued participation in demonstration bouts against weaker opponents like Conor McGregor has drawn open criticism from Stephen A. Smith. Smith wonders why Mayweather, who has made a lot of money from boxing, including over $280 million from his bout with McGregor, would participate in these bouts. He contends that money, not a sense of competition, is the main driving force behind these fights. As Smith puts it, "When you're that great and you're that elite, not just anyone deserves to be in the ring with you, even if you are retired." Smith claims that Mayweather's participation in these demonstrations lessens his legacy. He suggests that the quality of competition Mayweather encountered in his heyday is not reflected in the opponents he chooses for current bouts, which could damage his reputation. Smith also draws attention to the discrepancy between Mayweather's reported financial responsibilities, including a $22.2 million tax levy from the IRS in 2015, and his large earnings. He raises the question of why a wealthy athlete like Mayweather would experience such problems, arguing that sound money management may prevent them. Floyd Mayweather has a lengthy history of flaunting his wealth and living a lavish lifestyle. According to allegations, Mayweather gave 3 homeless men $30,000 in cash in the vicinity of Los Angeles' Crypto.com arena in May 2024. On social media, this deed was extensively publicized, and some people praised his kindness. But when Mayweather shared a photo from Dubai on Instagram soon after the rumors broke, suspicions were raised. His presence in Dubai at the time raised doubts about the veracity of the altruistic deed, raising the possibility that the claims were fabricated or inaccurate. The story that he was directly involved in the Los Angeles incident is called into question by the timing of his social media activities.
Where is Floyd Mayweather? Is he still stuck in Dubai? Is he back in the United States? Because, you know, there's been a lot of contradicting stories coming out about this, but we do have an update of exactly what's going on. And I do think there is some lying involved. I don't know who's lying, but somebody is lying. And that's what we're going to figure out in today's video. By the end of this video, I hope we figure out where Floyd Mayweather is. So on the 2nd of May, TMZ came out with this article. It says Floyd Mayweather gives $30K to group of homeless men before Clippers game. Now this comes amid, rumors of Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai because he owes people money. And, these are coming from trustworthy sources, Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, people who know about Floyd Mayweather's inner life. But back to TMZ. So they reported Floyd Mayweather was courtside for last night's pivotal Clippers versus Mavericks game. But before money got to the arena, he was handing it out, blessing 3 homeless men with $30K. Now, there are no pictures, there is no video of this happening, but there is an official TMZ article, and TMZ usually gets it right. TMZ also said, we're told Mayweather began talking to the guys and decided he wanted to help, so he busted out his backpack and blessed each guy with 10.
That concludes the video for today. Await the next one.